Right, we are back for part 2 now. I have found that spring. It was lost to the carpet universe. That's been put in, so has the spring, the brush I mean, and that now runs with a battery. The wheels have been cleaned. These small bits of metal have been bent back into shape, and it's all looking good. So now we can get to the part of reassembling. So that will go in. Actually, it's the weight first, isn't it? What it was last time. So the weight's got a very specific shape to it because it goes like so over the middle axle. So now, yeah, there you go. I'm not even using any pressure. It's all looking good. So now, yeah, so this mechanism is exactly the same as the other Lima locomotive that I did before. There we go. That is engaged. You just took the thing in the back. There's a little tab in there on the back of the motor. You took that in first. You slide the top down into these two posts, which are here. There's like two posts. There you go. One on either side. And that just holds the motor. So now the motor is engaged. You can see that the wheels have been cleaned. So now what we can do is we can reassemble. But first, just to be on the safe side, just double check this. Now, when I last tried this with a battery, it only just limped into life. It only just made it. That is much better to what we had the first time round. So that is good. So now bringing in the body, which is in a very good condition. So luckily I don't need to do anything with that. No buffers or steps or anything, which is always good. So make sure the wires are tucked out of the way and don't get in the way of the body shell. So tuck them down there like that. Now, because it's just on screws and there's no, there's no clips, it seems. You just get it lined up, make sure nothing's in its way, and then press it down until everything lines up with everything else. There you go, like that. So then you take the screws, and again, sticking to our geography of parts, just remember the long screw goes in the front because that's got to screw through the chassis and into the actual body of the locomotive itself. That is good. And then as for the screw that came from the back, that's much smaller because all it has to do is screw through the one component into another. I believe James May has already had an in-depth discussion about bolts and screws and dowels in his Flying Scotsman episode of the Reassembler, which was on YouTube but now isn't, which is infuriating. That's one thing you've got to be wary of, that you don't knock it. So now make sure that you get these the right way around. So if your locomotive's upside down, your coupling wants to be upside down as well. Then you've got this little metal spring. I try not to use the loco cradle if I can help it. So put that onto there, which is good. Now put that onto there, which is good as well. Grab the screw, and that bit of metal will basically act as a spring to keep the front bogie down. So there we go, perfect. And then just rinse and repeat for the rear. Yeah, just do double take. Yep, that's perfect. That's how it wants to be. So those little metal springs will make sure that all the wheels are touching the track. Now, even if this doesn't do anything in particular, you know, the service that we've just given this, even if it doesn't do anything for us, it can't hurt. So remove that. Now, one thing that I forgot to mention in the last repair video was to oil up the linkages. You just need the tiniest smear. In fact, you don't even need a smear. You need a droplet. It should be felt, but not seen. You should know it's on there, but you shouldn't be able to see it. Okay, so that's all of those linkages lubricated, and I should have lubricated the gears as well, and the little pinion which the motor sits on, but you can't think of everything. And there you go. Let's see what this is like on the track. All right, here we go. I can tell that that's actually better than what we started off with. So I'm setting her around the layout. She's looking good so far. Looking really good, actually. So as long as... Yep, there's one lap. Again, one thing that I like to do is I like to let it run for 3 laps. If it can run for 3 laps without derailing or cutting out or needing any hand of God assistance, then it's a pass. You know, because I've got... Oh, there you go, you see. Derailed right there. So there was something that happened there. Either it's one of the ponies, or it was the set of points itself. So the best thing to do is just to go over it and feel. There is a definite something there. So what I will now do it went over it okay. So we know from that something isn't quite right. So whether it's the front bogie or something, but that can easily be remedied. So I don't know if there was any difference there between what we had at the beginning of part 1 and now. I don't know if there's any difference, if there's any change, if it's better or worse, whatever. But, you know, it can't hurt to give it a little bit of a service. It can't hurt. And plus, I find it the most fun thing that you can do. So hopefully this video has been informative for you.
And maybe it's also giving you the drive, the want to get your fleet working. And as I've said before, if you need help, there's the entire internet to help you. And pop any questions that you have in the comments, or go to Double O Bill's channel and check him out. That's it though for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment and subscribe. Always much appreciated. And until next time, stay safe and thanks for watching.